Value. That is the number one most important thing for attracting or manifesting anything you want into your life. You have different areas of your life. I am a fiance, future husband. I'm now a father. I just had my newborn baby, Oliver Holden Hain, 1 week ago today, so super exciting. I'm also an entrepreneur. I'm also a teacher. I'm also a speaker. I'm also a writer. I'm also an author. I'm also a son and a best friend and a brother. I have all these little identities, and within each of these things, I have determined my value. Hear me there. I have determined it. Nobody else has determined it. They don't have that power. Only I do. But my value is associated with what I think I'm worth in each of those different areas. And so if I want to manifest success or abundance in any of those areas, like being a good father or being a good business person or being a good teacher, speaker, writer, whatever, I need to first establish my own value. I need to know my worth. And then when I establish my worth and I start broadcasting that to the universe, to source, the powers that be, then the universe sees that man knows his worth, and so they will start ushering in that kind of abundance that I determine is equal to my value into my life. So if I want to be successful as a writer, I have to determine what kind of value I have as a writer. And then through time and doing the work, believing in that, putting in the hard work, having that kind of faith, and really, truly, authentically feeling it, the universe will pay me in whatever kind of currency I want. It could be success, fame, wealth, fortune, or just a humble life where I'm living in quietude in a little sanctuary with my family. I determine the currency in which I am paid for the value that I give to the world. Had to adjust. That beautiful sunset's coming in behind here. I have this awesome acreage behind me. I manifested this house, this awesome sanctuary, 4.3 acres. It's quiet, it's big, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's everything I could have ever imagined and so much more. And all the different rooms and all the different spaces have different values. I saw myself living in this house, and each room, I would go from room to room mentally, seeing myself have a particular kind of experience which has value to me. And by seeing myself in that space and feeling myself there and knowing my value, that's where I need to be, that's where I want to be, because that's what I've determined is valuable. And I know I have the value to be able to be placed in that experience. That was what I was manifesting, and that's what came to fruition using the law of attraction. I did a video for TikTok. I was holding my newborn son. I'm not sitting on the hood of a Lamborghini, because sitting on the hood of a Lamborghini has no value for me at this stage of my life. It may for others, and that's great. If they know that and it has value to them, then I give them praise because they know what they're worth. For me, it was holding my newborn son, being with my future wife, my bride-to-be, my beautiful, loving, adoring partner, who's an amazing rock star of a mother, by the way. So we're a week in, and now I am living this new aspect of my life that I determined to be valuable, was being a father. I knew that would be a valuable experience for myself in my life, and so I saw myself living it before it came to fruition. But the big secret here, the foundation of manifestation in this stuff, is that I knew I would be valuable as a father. I didn't have all this crazy fear and angst and everything, thinking I'd be a crappy father and just have all this dread and anguish about coming into that experience and that I would underperform and be stressed out. I came into it knowing that I'd be a supremely awesome father, a kind one, a patient one, a wise one, a nurturing one, a loving father. And I'm manifesting that kind of relationship with my son. I did the same thing with my partner. It's not always perfect, it's not meant to be, but 99% of the time, our relationship is built on awesome communication and love and trust and patience and kindness and romance and intimacy. And it's because before I started dating her, I was seeing myself in that kind of relationship. I wasn't seeing myself with a particular person who had this kind of figure and this kind of, hair and big blue eyes. I saw myself feeling valued in that romantic, loving relationship. I also saw myself giving value to that relationship, to the partner. So it's all about value. So anything that you want to manifest and any kind of life that you want to live, you have to first determine your value. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, I don't have any value. And that's so not true. It's the furthest thing from the truth. Everybody watching this right now is absolutely, insanely, tremendously perfect. Perfect, all caps, right here and right now. It's only you who doesn't see that. You are the only one to determine your value. And if you don't think that you have it, then that's what you're broadcasting to the universe. And that's what the universe is ushering into your life, is more reasons for you to be undervalued by potential partners, by employers or bosses, by opportunities and businesses and jobs, through different successes in life and wealth, in your home, your car, whatever. If you don't think you're of value, the universe hears that and it's going into a restaurant and saying, I want crappy food. I want my food to be undercooked and I want it to be 6 days old. They're gonna be like, are you sure? Yes, that's what I want, because that's what the kind of value I place on what I think I'm worthy to eat. The waiter goes, all right, bring them the 6-day-old food and let it be undercooked and gross. And that's what you eat. If you go into a restaurant and you go, this is what I am worth eating. I want the steak tartare and the lamb chops and the crab legs because I have that kind of value on my life. The universe goes, go ahead, have that. There's no better or worse. It's sustenance. It's what we want, what it makes us happy. So it doesn't really matter what's out there. It's what makes you happy, but that's all determined on your value. So I'm asking you this to help with some techniques to establish stuff, to help you seek and know a life of abundance, is have you determined your value in the different areas of your life. So if you're trying to manifest wealth, well, what kind of value do you have to extend that value to the world, and what have you placed as a monetary amount for the worth of those gifts and talents that you are offering the world, the goods and services that you are giving? What do you think that you are worth? Once we establish the kinds of goods and services that we want to offer the world, and then we establish the value of said goods and services, and we know with every cell in our being, we have faith that those are reasonable, and that we actually know that value that we place on our goods and services is legit, and we're worthy of that, the world, the universe, the economy even will start paying us that income. I'm going to state that again, probably a little bit shorter this time. When we've established that we have something to offer, and then we've established what that thing is worth, and we know it, and we believe it, and we live it, and just really embody that worth, the universe will come through and start paying us that value because we've determined it. So the most successful people in any industry, they have a very high value of themselves, and it's not always healthy. We know this. So you may have this amazing pop star that knows that their performance, their singing and their dancing and their all around like stage performance and presence is extremely valuable. They're getting a tremendous amount of fame and wealth and luxury from that. But they may be the absolute worst person to be in a relationship with because they don't have the value there. They're so insecure and all these other things. And vice versa. You can have somebody in a really beautiful, authentic, loving relationship, but they're just horrible at business. They can never seem to get a good footing, and they're always encountering one failure after the next because they haven't determined their value in that area of their life. So for me, And I always like to make it personal here so that you guys know I'm just speaking from my own personal life. I always struggled with knowing my value back in the day before Jessica passed away, and I always wanted to like escape. I wanted to make a bunch of money and go move to Costa Rica and just like not work for anybody. But it was insecurity driven, so I didn't really have a good value. I always wanted to like have that get rich quick type kind of mentality where I just need to get out of this world, and if I can make a bunch of money, I won't have to work anymore. That is basically establishing to myself and to the powers that be that I have little to no value. And so I would never get paid. I would never get that leg up. I would never perform as well as I could because I never really gave myself my due credit. I didn't believe in my own self-worth and value. After she passed, I was traumatized. I was anguished. I was suffering. It sucked. It was horrible. I never thought I would be worthy of receiving love. I never thought my love would be worthy of giving to another. Who's going to want this dude who's absolutely crushed and wrecked by the loss of his wife? But over time, I did work. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I traveled the world. I volunteered. I read spiritual books. I meditated. I did breath work. I did energy work. I did wellness retreats. I ingested all these healthy influences to help me establish my own self-value through my perspective and my mind. So, what it means for you is if you've got past traumas, you're gonna go do the plant ceremonies, you're gonna do the breath work, the cold showers, the journaling, the volunteering, working with a therapist. You can work with me. I am excellent at helping people come to this place of knowing their value and really leaning into it and having that faith and healing and knowing their self-love. Check out my website, JhN&x.com, to work with me personally or take my manifestation mindfulness masterclass. It's a tremendous value, if you will, but you're gonna do what it takes to work on yourself. What you're doing is you're alleviating yourself from the trauma. You're getting it off. All this stuff that has devalued your own perspective of yourself, you're getting rid of it. It's like having this temple, this home, this sanctuary, right? And then you've got all these people in your temple and they're just scowling at you. They're calling you not good enough. They're saying you're a failure. And one by one, you're kicking those people right out of your temple. And you're coming to a place of beauty, of sacred space here, and you're allowing people in to this church, to this temple, this sanctuary that lift you up, that know your value. And those people represent the different kind of traumas, the different kinds of insecurities, the ones who are scowling at you. So when you don't think you're a good enough partner, it's because you don't realize that you're beautiful and loved and you have so much to offer. You're looking at everything you don't have as opposed to everything you do have. So, know your value. You're like, wow, Joe, that's simple enough. I should have just wrote that down. Whew, like a light switch. Now I know my value and I'll start attracting this huge, awesome life of abundance. Why didn't you say so right out of the gates, brother? Why waste so much time? Well, I'm going to help you do that. I don't want to just give you the things that you're supposed to do. I want to teach you how to do that. And if you're new to this channel, sorry, I keep swinging in my chair. I got this new chair here. Whee! And it's really comfortable. My new office in my new house. So I'm comfortable here, but I'm going to give you the tips and techniques for doing that. But if you are new here, I'm asking you to please subscribe. This is all my channel is, just me, my life, giving the examples of what I've done to help achieve a life of love and abundance and value, and what I do to teach others. I do one-on-one personal mentoring, the masterclasses, I speak, I write, I'm writing a novel, launching that very soon. So all this exciting stuff. So please hit the notifications button so you're on the up and up when I release new stuff. Please comment, and if you do, I'm going to enter you into win a free consultation, $150 value that I've determined for 30 minutes of my time to work with me one-on-one. You just have to leave a comment here, watch the video, all the way through, hopefully, and then let me know what you think or ask a question, and then I'm going to enter you into a little raffle where you could win the consultation with me, $150 value. So sorry, had to plug yourself. I'm here doing this stuff for a reason. I want to help you guys, and I want you to follow along on my journey. So back to value. Here's the techniques and tips that we're going to do. Okay, hopefully you have a pen and paper or a little keyboard. You can jot this down. Is one, look at your life and analyze what is pretty awesome about your life. Determine where you are grateful for the things that you are grateful for in your life. So list it all off. Again, you could do the different areas of your life, like me being a father, a husband, a businessman, a teacher, a writer, whatever that looks like to you. Write all the different things that you're grateful for. Your children, being able to drive to work, having a nice car, food in your fridge, water out of the tap, and then, expand on that. I have a nice smile. I have good character. I'm patient. Write down all your talents. I can sing really well. I can dance really well. I play the keyboard really well. I can draw really well. I can fix anything with a motor. Whatever that looks like to you, write it out. And then write out where you want to give the world value, how you want to provide value to the rest of all of us. What is your dream? It doesn't have to be your passions. What are you good at? You could be passionate about raising your children and picnics, but that's not how you're going to want to make money. You're going to write out where your value is. You may be a brilliant engineer, but your true passion is fly fishing. Well, maybe you don't want to make money doing fly fishing. You want that to be your little meditation, but you can add and give a tremendous value to the world being an engineer. Determine how and in what space you want to provide value to the world and see that as being valuable. Determine your value. Then determine the monetary amount that you want to make that you think is reasonable. Nobody's going to tell you what's reasonable and what's not. It's all about your perspective. This is where it's beautiful. All the billionaires out there have determined that their value for what they offer the world is worth billions. And over time, the universe has come through and rewarded them that kind of income. So that's how it works. So when you determine your value, after determining what you want to provide the world for value, you will start being paid the income. You still have to follow the steps because it helps. We want to think this stuff. We want to speak this stuff. We want to work towards this stuff. We want to feel that we are worth that value. So that's all it comes down to for manifestation and using the law of attraction. This is it. You don't need to watch all the other videos, honestly, but it all helps you to determine and know thy value. So after you've listed all that stuff out, all the things you're grateful for, and all your talents and gifts, and then you've determined what kind of value you want to offer the world, write down that numerical number. What do you want to earn every month or every year to do that? And then ask yourself, what is the very first step I can take in pursuing that and making that happen? And whatever comes to your heart or mind, that's the step you're going to take. And then once you achieve that step and you've checked it off your task list there, you say, what's the second step I can take? And you continue to do that until you're standing on the summit of your success, until you've achieved the thing that you're trying to achieve. But all the while, through affirmations and visualizations and other manifestation work, you're going to think yourself saying, I am worth this value, and I am not stopping until I've achieved it. And you're going to feel it. I know that I'm worth this kind of value, and I am not stopping until I achieve it. You're going to work hard. And everything that happens in your life to become this person and come to this place of the summit, you're going to say thank you. Every little obstacle is a step in your progression towards coming to merge with your perceived value and having that come into the 3D dimension in this realm, in this reality. So all the work, it's not work it's thank you. Thank you for the step that helps me progress towards my value. Thank you for this opportunity. Even though it's challenging and it's a struggle, it's still an opportunity, and I'm going to use this to launch myself to the next opportunity until I'm standing on the summit of my success. And so you're going to do the affirmations, you're going to do the visualizations, because that helps you feel your value. And through the law of attraction, we attract what we are. And we can think 1,000 billion thoughts a day, and we can speak 100 or 1,000 sentences a day. That doesn't mean that we are those things. We are not our thoughts. We are not our spoken word, but we are what we feel. And so when we feel something, we're broadcasting that to the universe. But when that feeling is backing up the thoughts and backing up the words and backing up the actions, then we're really hammering the message home. We're using a megaphone to broadcast that signal to the universe. We're placing our order, if you will, by thinking it, by speaking it, by working towards it, and all the feeling that is driving that message outwards is amplifying our message. This is the value we have. This is what we have established, and we know we are worthy of it. It is done. And therefore, the universe will turn around and be like, they know their value, and they know exactly how they want to get paid for that value. They want the Lamborghini, they want the little baby, they want the nice rural home with a little bit of silence and awesome sunset views. They want that. That's how they determine they want to get paid. That's their currency. Give them that because they know their value. This is all you need to know for attracting well and doing your best to manifest anything you want in your life, is knowing with confidence your value. And your mind may mess with you. It may be like, dude, you're crazy. You're never gonna get paid that. That's just the ego. Read The Untethered Soul. Read The Power of Now. Learn the power of your mind, how to dismiss negative thoughts, center in on mindfulness, on awareness, on the now, and eliminate negativity, and then infuse your mind with positive thoughts backed up by the feeling of authentic, loving value, self-worth, self-love, and you will manifest anything you wish. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the bee's knees for manifestation. Please, again, subscribe. Be sure to comment if you want to be entered into that, winning that $150 consultation. I'm going to announce the winners for my other video for 2022, the video I did in the beginning for resolutions. So be in tune for that too, and hopefully you will win. I'm here to help you out. Thanks for subscribing. Check out my website if you want to work with me, my manifestation meditation masterclass. A lot to offer to help you know your value. Thank you guys, and have a great day.